Hi, this is Tracy from GiftBasketappeal, and today we're going to be decorating these tin cans. I got these from the Dollar Tree, and they came in a package of 2. And we're going to be using this paper and Mod Podging it to the container. I'm also going to be using this fabric tape. It's a washi tape, but it's fabric. I got this from the Dollar Tree. And I may end up adding some gems or maybe a few of my favorites, the pearls. So let's go ahead and get started. I bought some of this signature scrapbook paper and it's absolutely beautiful. I think the hardest thing was to decide which paper I was going to use. I am going to show you how I'm going to use this black and white one, but I'm also going to create a pinkish one too, so I will show you that one at the end. But these papers are absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. And so I just thought when I saw it, I just had to go ahead and get it. So the colors are just so vibrant and they're just so unique, and I can use them in all sorts of projects. So you see why my decision was so hard to make as far as this paper. Look how pretty that is. All of the vibrant colors in there. So I'm going to be having a lot of fun, not only with this project, but others as well. I decided to go ahead and use the black and white. And so I'm going to start to go ahead and trace this out. And so I want this whole piece like right here to be part of my design for the top and for the bottom. So I'm going to cover the bottom of this as well. So I'm just going to kind of center that and then trace a circle around it. That's a larger one right there. Let's see. Maybe I'll just go right there. And trace one for the bottom. And then I'm going to do another one for the top. Let's see. I'm just going to go right here. Right. And notice I'm not being like super exact with it. And these would be good for holding like your headphones, your earbuds, rather, for your music device or your phone. Sometimes I just kind of throw mine in my purse, but it'll be good to have something to actually put it in to protect it. And you can also cover the inside with some felt material, which is good too. A really good idea. So you can get really fancy with this. I made one for my daughter, and she puts her hairpins, her bobby pins in there. Okay, so I've got the top traced out and the bottom traced out. Okay. And look at the other side of this paper. See what I'm dealing with? This is really, really pretty also, but I will be able to use this in another project. Okay, I also have to make sure that I have enough paper to trace out the sides, to cover the sides of my container as well. So I've got this cloth washi tape, so just got to be very careful with it. It's my first time using this. And what I'm going to do is this part right here is going to go around this area right there. So I'm not going to do it right now. I want to go ahead and get these pieces of scrap on first, but you can figure it out however you want. Then I have to get this part right here, right in there. So I have to decide whether I want to use this or I want to use some of the paper here to do it with. So if I do that, I'm just going to be not too exact, but I'm just going to kind of trace this just to see what the width of this is, because I want to get this part right here. So all I'm doing is just lining it up on the edge. I'm just going to leave my little marking here. And I'm not going for perfection here, because I can always go back and kind of correct whatever I need to correct. So I just need that thin strip. And you can use a paper cutter if you're not comfortable cutting it with the scissors. I'm just going to go ahead and use my scissors here. And cut the strip. I'm just going to keep going right all the way up, so that even if I have more than enough, I can always cut it down. So that's going to fit right there. You see how that's going to go? Yep, so I think that's going to work pretty good. Yep, and I can always just cut that little strip off right there. Okay. Now, one of the tips that someone had said was to sand down your surface on these so that when you're Mod Podging it, it will adhere better. And I didn't do it for another container I did. This was one I had done from one of my husband's shaving containers. Same type of container. And I did this about 6 or 7 months ago. I didn't sand it down or anything. I just went ahead and Mod Podged it. And it's still adhering extremely well. So I'll put the tutorial for this one also in my in the description box. I think I have a tutorial. If not, I'll have one similar to this that I'll put there for you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start to do our Mod Podge, and because we're going to have some drying time in between. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add a generous amount of Mod Podge onto the bottom piece here. And if you don't want to cover the bottom, you don't have to, but I like the way it looks when you cover everything on here. And you can make a bunch of these in different themes. If you want to personalize them, put the person's name on it. Just so many things you can do with it. Okay, so this was my bottom piece, but I'm thinking of maybe making this the top. Let's see, I'll use this on the bottom here. Okay, so I've got, once this dries a little bit, I'm going to go over it again with some more Mod Podge, but right now I'm just kind of smoothing the edges over with my hands. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and put just a little bit of Mod Podge around this area here. And even though I'm putting the tape, the cloth tape on there, I still want to go ahead and Mod Podge it on there so it gets a nice good stick to it. Like that. And I'm just smoothing this little extra piece right along the edges here. Okay. Then I'm going to take my tape here. And you know what? It's really perfect for this. It measures exactly how I need it to measure to go right around the edge here. Oh yeah, I'm really liking that. And I really wish they had more of this. Oh, let me just kind of get that off of there. More of this cloth washi tape. This was the only one they had at Dollar Tree. And I said, I definitely have to get this. Okay, looks like that little piece doesn't want to come off. Let's see. Oh, and I'm just kind of adhering it. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and cut that because I'm not really sure what that little piece is on there. And I'm just going to do a continuation. See, no worries. See that? I don't know why that's like that. So, but I'm going to keep going. Won't need that piece. Just going to continue from there. And if you want to use all paper, you can. You don't have to. I'm just using this washi tape because I think it's just the coolest thing. Okay, right there. And my hands are really sticky right now. Okay, so that's pretty much on there. And what I'm going to do is once I go back over it with my Mod Podge, once I go back over it, I'm going to just go right over the tape and everything. Now, there's a little bit sticking out right here from the bottom piece, the little circle for the bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and just cut that little bit off. And if you want to use an X-Acto knife, you can. But the scissor works just fine. Okay, so I'm going to just put this upside down and let that dry. And then I'm going to go ahead and work on the top piece. I mean, this is such a cool way to get rid of your scraps too and make something really nice. I could use this for some of my smaller craft supplies too. Put them in a nice container, nice artsy container. Just going to go in here. Okay, and all I'm doing is just placing my little strip right around the edge there. And it may look like I used a lot of Mod Podge, which I did, but it's okay. To me, it gives it a nicer, a better stick, more hold to it. So once it dries, it's going to be awesome. I'm just going and smoothing this stuff here. So right now, this is what we have right around the edge there. And I like this little metal piece there. So that's the part that's going to just kind of be showing. I am really loving these colors. And I think it's going to look really nice once I add these gems to the top. So I'm going to give this a little bit of time to dry. I'm going to put another coat of Mod Podge over it, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so our container is all dry, and I let it initially dry for about an hour, and that's with 2 heavy coats on it. And so this part right here where I have the cloth washi tape, I love the texture of this. So this took a little bit longer to dry, but right now it's dry enough to handle. So it still needs a little bit more drying, so I'm going to decorate it and let it sit for about 24 hours. And so I really love the way this looks. that black and white really looks pretty, but I thought I'd add some pink to it just to kind of spruce it up a little bit. Another idea you can do is I got these letters from the Dollar Tree, and they're kind of like a puffy, they're puffy letters. And so you can put a person's initials on here, which would be really pretty. You can kind of color coordinate it if you want. But I like the fact that it has all these animal prints on it. So there's so much you can do with this. So you can actually take a letter, maybe put it right here in the center and decorate it with whatever you want, basically. Just an idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to follow the pattern on here. And I'm going to be using my favorite, the Art Glitter Glue. Dries clear and it dries fast. Put a little bit there. And so even though these are adhesives, I got these from Walmart, I'm still going to use the glue just to reinforce it. Yep, and as you can see, that's really, really sticky already. So just having that added little bit helps. And just look how just adding that one little gem to it, look how pretty that looks. And so if I wanted, I could just stop right there. But I just want to show you the possibilities. Just trying not to be too heavy-handed on my glue. See, I think I'm going to use these really tiny ones right here. I think those will be perfect. And I'm just following the pattern that's on there. Just like that. And many of you have asked about this tool. It's the Quick Stick Precision Pickup and Placement Tool. Excellent for working with little details. And I will put the link below for you. And that is absolutely gorgeous. Sometimes less is more. Look how pretty that is. I'm going to show you the other one that I did. I did that one in pink using some of the pink paper. So all those little really pretty scrap papers that you don't have a whole lot of, you can mix it up. It doesn't have to be just one type. I just went around here using the opposite side of that paper, and this was one of the other sides. So that's really pretty, coming from that same paper pack. And look at this. I just put just one string of the bling wrap around it, and that just kind of changes it all together. And then if you want, you can put felt on the inside. You can cut out a circle and just kind of place it on the inside if you want to get real fancy. But I think this is going to be really pretty for my headphones. That way I know where they are too. And then just so many different styles. So this is the other one that I showed earlier. And so I hope this really inspired you. I will go ahead and also list this paper below because, oh my goodness, it's just so pretty. And I think you should have this in your collection if you don't have it yet. It is actually garden variety signature paper. And I'll also put a link to where you can find it. I absolutely love this paper, and so you're going to be seeing these in a lot of upcoming videos. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and thank you so much for joining me. Bye.